Well, as we move toward honoring our final two honorees tonight, and that would be the Hall of Fame inductees, I want to preface this by calling attention to the fact that we are often so in awe of the great achievements of people and often forget the effort that has gone in behind those achievements. For in our society, we often praise people for having great talent. Michael Jordan was said to have such great talent. The truth is, he worked harder than everyone else. Beyonce is said to have such great, enormous talent. The truth is, she works harder than everyone else. And there are others in that category, including someone by the name of Wilma Rudolph, if you've ever heard her story, who at one time was the fastest female sprinter in the world, and yet she was born with polio, and then overcame all obstacles to become the world's fastest, because it seems that effort is actually more important than talent. And I share this because I recently read an article where it talked about the fact that only 25% of our success can be predicted based on IQ or talent. And that the other 75% comes from three factors, three very interesting factors I think you're going to see in each of the next two people I'm going to talk about. One of those factors is the level of optimism that they bring to every endeavor. The second quality is the family and the social support that they enjoy. And then this third one, the ability to see each adversity as opportunity rather than a threat. And those three things combined, that's what really amounts to 75% of the prediction of success. If you have those three things, you have way more than a fighting chance of being successful. And as you listen to the story of our two Hall of Fame inductees, you're going to know that they overcame adversity, that they had great optimism, and they enjoyed great support. So let's begin with Sherri Slone. Sherri Slone's dad taught her to ski on a pair of trick skis at the age of 3 on Cedar Bluff Lake in Hays, Kansas. A competitive 3-event water skier since the age of 11, Sherri went 71 feet on her first jump as a junior girls competitor at the 1979 Water Ski National Championships. And combined with her trick and slalom scores, won the national overall title at the age of 13. She won the girls' national overall title in 1983, at that time in the girls' division. Until '83, her mother, dad, and brother, all being competitive skiers, were her main instructors. But after the sand pit dried up where they practiced each day, she attended her first ski school run by Ken White in the summer of '84. The following summer, she started skiing under the tutelage and coaching of Jay Bennett and began working at his ski school. Now, jump forward 16 years. She found herself ranked second in the world in women's jumping. Her best two-round average for jumping during the 94 season was 148 feet, which put her 1/4 of a meter behind the top-ranked women jumper. She co-held the U.S. women's jump record at 156 feet, and that was at 32 miles an hour, but before the ramp had even been raised to the now current level of 5.5 feet. She was a U.S. team member from '91 to '95. She was the women's world jumping champion in 1991 and the Pan American Games and Masters women's jump champion in 1995. Sherri won more than 20 pro tournaments during the 20 pro tournaments, including the U.S. Open 3 times and the Masters once. Although noted mainly for her jumping, she was also ranked in the top 3 in women's overall in the world for several years. In 1990, there was a time when we had 2 competing pro tours, and she accomplished something that no one else has done, quite a unique feat. She won 2 separate pro jump titles on the same day. During the time of the WOW Tour, Women of Water Skiing, in the late 90s, she was not just a competitor, but also a hard worker doing the shore setup work and other behind-the-scene jobs that needed to be accomplished before it was her time to go out and ski. Sherri also contributed to the sport by serving on the American Water Ski Association's International Activities Committee and becoming a rated judge. She attended Louisiana State University from 1986 to 1991 and earned her bachelor's degree with honors in interior design. She retired from the sport in the year 2000. Now let's enjoy the video about Sherri Slone.
Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances, went the distance distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. Sometimes it seems it happens so fast. You change your passion for the glory, but don't give up on the dreams of the past. You must fight to keep them alive. And it's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. He's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Face to face, out in the heat, hanging tough, staying hungry. They stack the odds till we take to the street, for we kill with the skill to survive. And it's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. He's watching us all with the eye of the tiger. Rising up, straight to the top of the guts, got the glory. Went the distance, now I'm not gonna stop. Just a man and his will to survive.
Sherri, Team Malibu was well in first place. You went out, you had 3 nice jumps. Did that make a difference knowing that you guys are that far in the lead?
Well, it did. Malibu has acquired a lot of skiers this year. We're very strong. All my teammates got 4 or 3 points, so I was just coming in here trying to spot jump 130 feet to get back into things, and my teammate Lori Krieger is going to back me up.
Please welcome to the stage the newest member of the Water Ski Hall of Fame, Sherri Slone.
Way to go, Lori. Glad you could be there for me. First, I'd just like to congratulate Wade and the other recipients. It's a wonderful evening. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you all for attending. Yeah. Both my father and brother were show skiers, Mike, so, you know, it's the reason why I got really excited at the Masters when I ran 32 off for my first time. Jennifer, of course, I grew up with her and she beat me all the time. I always say it was the height difference, right? Given another 3 feet, we were about even. It's been a great weekend. It's been a lot of fun to see everybody and catch up. I would just like to thank everybody for taking their time to come out and share this evening with all of us. I'd like to thank Carol and CW and her staff for hosting this and putting it on. They do a wonderful job. My family and friends have enjoyed the entire weekend. We've had a great time. I would also like to thank the selection committee for bestowing this honor upon me. I am humbled by the honor and also the experience, and also grateful that I'm able to share this with my family and friends and everyone here tonight. I've been fortunate to have water skiing be part of my life. in all of your faces, I see a culmination of hard work, time, effort, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, most importantly, that allows me to stand in front of each of you and accept this on our behalf, as nothing worthwhile in life is done as an individual. So I would like to thank each of you. I don't know that there's any one person that I can look out here tonight that I can say has not helped me in one way or another. So thank you. For the two most important people in my life, my daughter Gabriella and my son Sawyer, I hope I can provide you the means to seek out your passion in life like my parents did for myself and my brother. People often come up to me and they will say, what a great life you've had, and what a great life you have. I'll be packing a boat, be loading skis up, and I just let them know that my mom and dad gave me this life. It was them who spent timeless hours, their money, and their dedication. They loved and had a passion for water skiing. They shared that together, and I just kind of took it and ran with it. I am forever grateful to them and my brother Steve and the rest of my family for their generosity and support. Along that time, there were also a lot of fun times. My brother would always make things fun and eventful. I remember when I was 12, trying to get my EP to go to nationals. I just started jumping about 70 feet. I'd been to some friends in Kansas City, the Hill family. They taught me to double weight cut. I'd come back home. I told my brother, he was watering the jump, and I said, okay, watch this next one and tell me how far I'm gonna go. I think I'm going 70 feet. So he said, okay, I'll watch. So I, of course, went barreling into the jump. About halfway up, I lost the handle and did about 9 cartwheels across the lake. It wasn't a very big lake, but I stopped. And I was gasping for air, and I kind of turned around, was looking for a little sympathy, and my brother said, -11, good job. So, my 2 show skiers always kept everything very, very interesting and exciting for me. I went to college in Louisiana. I had never been to Louisiana before, but we had some families in the Midwest, the Hills, the Shoals, the Robertsons, who were all great families that we tournament skied with. And the Hill family thought that we should go to NLU in Monroe, Louisiana. So off we went. It was a foreign country. Still is. And I still live there today, as does most of my family. It's a wonderful foreign country. While I was there, I was fortunate enough to meet 2 wonderful people, Jay and Ann Bennett, whom all of you know. They obviously were great mentors. They coached me. They provided me a foundation to find success in water skiing and also in life. I laughed at Jay the other day. He said I called my brothers, called him to ask him a question. He said, he's a businessman now. It was kind of a not very smart question he was asking him, and I said, well, you know, he's not calling you to ask you the question. He's calling you just to get your approval still. So it's a long lineage of kids who worked for Jay and Ann. They provided all of us with a second home, more friends than any of us could ever ask for, support, and also just a team that was unrivaled anywhere, and a facility that provided us to be the best or do whatever we sought out to do or achieve in life. And tonight, I would like to thank them, their beautiful daughter Danielle, for everything that they've provided to me, and also to my children. Thank you. In that same tone, there are quite a few people here from the Bennett staff who are my great friends and family, and they've done things from pull me at 6 a.m. when they all wanted to sleep, grab the power tool out of my hand before I destroyed another skier binding, drove me to the airport at 100 miles an hour because I'm always late, sent my knee brace with the pilot to Australia because I lost one and had to have it, have always gone above and beyond to make sure that I could be successful in water skiing. And to each of you, I thank you as well. I would also like to share my gratitude to Jennifer LaPointe and Kelly Woolsey, whose creative force created WOW Sports. It was a pleasure to work with both of them. Their energy, time, and effort in regards to women's water skiing was unsurpassed during a time when it was needed. Jennifer called me one day and she said, "We've got a great idea. Would you like to help us?" And I, of course, said sure. I really had no idea how big their idea was or how great it was. But two wonderful, fabulous people who did a lot for the sport, who put a lot of time and energy in, and just had wonderful, fabulous ideas, and created 8 years of great television shows for women skiing and women athletes, and also, as a nonprofit organization, produced quite a few women's learn to ski and boat clinics. Additionally, I would just like to thank all of the athletes, judges, sponsors, and volunteers that helped bring these events to fruition. As athletes, there were many days that we put up tents, put down hay bales, looked at each other and asked, what are we doing? But we all knew what we were doing. We were trying to create a future for ourselves and for the wonderful sport that we loved. The most important thing when we looked at each other that we would say was, while we were working together, we were having a blast. And I think at the end of the video, you saw a little bit of that. But it was a great time. And there were a lot of people in the industry who supported that and who stood behind it, and we appreciate it. I would also just like to thank all the judges, all the folks that were involved with the U.S. ski team over the years. We've talked a little bit tonight about some of the great stories. It was by far the funnest time of my life. A lot of you made that happen. You've just provided myself with memories that are too countless to count, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. In closing, each day that passes, I understand the gift God gave me in water skiing and its family, and I am forever grateful.
Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances, went the distance, now I'm back on my feet, just a man and his will to survive. Sometimes it seems it happens so fast, you change your passion for the glory,